Hey there, welcome back to An Introvert's Paradise. I'm Kendrick Kaiju. How are you? I hope all is well. Now, if you're anything like me, over the past few days, you've been wondering to yourself, so where is this update? This late May update they were promising. We're heading into the final week of May here. It's gotta happen any day now, right? And then you go and proceed to check on a daily basis, sometimes twice a day, to see if that update button is available. Well, I can tell you now, if that's you, because that was certainly me, we gotta knock it off for the next few weeks. Yeah, unfortunately, we got a little bit of bad news this morning. Another letter from K-June, this time to inform us all that the late May update will now become the mid-June update as they postpone this bad boy. The reason being, what they have now isn't good enough. He says, and I quote, "We felt there were still areas that needed improvement and we wanted to prioritize quality over speed. Although the schedule has shifted, we are working to deliver content that is truly satisfying." End quote. And yeah, I agree with that. It's better to get it right than get it out by some arbitrary deadline. It's not written in stone, and it sure as hell isn't life or death. And in fact, I would argue they have to get it right. They can't afford to not get it right. Because even though it is early access, and I think there's a good number of us who understand that and know that better days are ahead, it still doesn't change the fact that they have lost a significant amount of players. I just had a quick look, and we're looking at less than 2,000 players over the past 24 hours have played, where the all-time peak was 87,000. There are a lot of people out there who are not happy with the product that we got. In fact, I read today somebody saying that they should have just waited until it was completely ready. Like, don't go into early access, release the game as a final product when it's ready. Now, I certainly disagree with that, because I wanted this game so bad. I was heartbroken when they delayed it from 2024. I'm not gonna lie, I would have taken that version. The early access edition, I would have gone for it. All they needed to do was tell me it will get better, and I would have been fine with it. And we're in that phase now. We're in them telling us that it will get better. I believe them, but not everybody's like me. Not everybody just takes people at their word. I know I say DTA all the time, don't trust anybody, but I trust everybody is the problem. So for all the people who aren't like me, who only believe it when they see it, the Inzoi team needs to deliver. They need that show of confidence. Because for anyone who's paid attention to the roadmap, we all know that the great stuff is yet to come. So bare minimum, even though we all know at best this will be just a good update, they need to be great at making the good update, if that makes sense to you. They can't afford any hiccups, they can't afford any error or bugs. They have to get this right in order to show everybody, hey, we're doing exactly what we said we're doing, we're following that roadmap, we're delivering. We keep our words around these parts. We're going to keep our promise and we're going to deliver a great game someday. Stay with us, hang in there. And I believe they will. And I certainly believe that they absolutely needed the time. They needed till mid-June. Because this team is clearly a workhorse. They have great work ethics. So if they say, this can't be done by the end of May, we need 3 more weeks, they mean we need 3 more weeks. Because if you remember, when the game launched a couple months ago, K-June came on and said that he and his team needed some time off. And we all kind of figured that meant a few weeks. I thought it'd be fair to even take a month off. But then a few days later, he clarified, oh no, when I said we were taking time off, I meant that we were taking a 2-day vacation. That's come and gone. We've taken that already. We're back to work. And I was like, what do you mean you took a 2-day vacation? You mean you took the weekend off? You do know that you're allowed one of those every single week, right? So these guys aren't messing around over there. If they say they need until the middle of June, they absolutely need till the middle of June. In fact, I get the feeling the middle of June probably is a tight deadline, but they're going to make it work. they're going to roll up their sleeves and do something that probably couldn't be done in the West. Too much hanging out by the water cooler over in the West. In fact, I feel like if this were made by some lazy Western developer, never mind mid-June, it would probably come out sometime in the fall. Because it's summertime, productivity goes to hell in the West. Everybody's got to take their kids to Disney, right? Asian work ethic, baby. Sometimes you forget you even have kids. And the letter continues describing what to expect when the update does hit in mid-June. First and foremost, the mods will be hosted on CurseForge, and that we'll be able to just download it in-game from there, which is huge. First of all, that's just convenient if you can do it within the game. But secondly, one of the main things I wanted for The Sims was for all the mods to be housed in one place. If you're a Sims player, you know what I mean. Sure, there were bigger sites like Mod The Sims and such, but in general, mods were scattered through the net. Random Tumblr pages, people's Patreons, and of course my favorite, random sketchy Russian sites, where every time that you click to download a mod, you're running the risk. You're running the risk of a virus, if not worse. And it'll never be 100%. There's still going to be Patreon because people are going to want to make money off their mods. And that I can live with. But hopefully, having this early mod support, official mod support, that'll just get people into the habit and adopting the CurseForge environment. And it looks like part of what's coming are tools and tutorials to help people like me who have absolutely no clue on how to create mods to be able to create mods. That's a pretty exciting thought. I'll definitely give it a shot, knowing that I'll probably not make very good mods. And one of the big things that they're working on is they're working on improving Zoe's ability to express emotions and show their personality, with an end goal of Zoes that are far more realistic and lifelike. All sounds good. Sure, it's disappointing we have to wait another 3 weeks or so, but sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Alright, thank you for your time. I'm Kendrick Kaiju, and you've been watching An Introvert's Paradise. I'll talk to you next time. Until then, you take care of yourself, and remember, just make it through another day.